Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for the SH Figuarts. We have Super Saiyan Gotenks, coming from Tato Hobby. I always like collecting Dragon Ball Figuarts, quite awesome. On the back here, we are seeing that we're getting two effect parts, two of his special attacks. The first one is the Super Ghost Kamikaze. With that name, essentially, they home into their enemies and they explode. Yep. Actually, even if they just touch each other, they explode. It's one of the flaws of that attack. Kind of funny. And also, we have the Galactic Donut. Essentially, it's kind of like a destructive disc, but it's used to bind. Yep. Quite cool. And hopefully, they'll release Super Saiyan 3 version of Gotenks with more ghosts. I'm sure some of collectors out there will be buying multiples of this just to get more ghosts. Actually, that would be a great add-on set to have. Yeah. Anyway, so that's it for the box. Let's take a look inside. Alright, we got Gotenks here. We got the Ghost here on the back, along with the stand and the Galactic Donut. Alright, so let's first take a look at Gotenks here. Nicely sculpted. Quite nice. And as always, I'm not too fond of this. Yeah, the way they do the sleeve, it's a ball joint on the back of the arm or the shoulder right there. Yeah, I mean, one of the reasons why they do this, that way you can move this around. But what if that thing is just there? You can still move the shoulder around. I don't think it's gonna be that weird. But the break, every time you have your shoulder arm like that, it's just weird. I mean, you can move this around, but there's still gonna be a little break there. So it's just one of those things that they haven't changed yet. They made some improvements with the waist joint. Like, this is the new style where it's covered. It's not, you don't see the ball socket anymore. But still, that could have been better. Anyways, getting back, you got their articulation on the neck, quite nice. There are two other faces, which we'll go over in a bit. But this is the one that is pre-installed from the box. You got that smiling on his face, quite nice. Then we just briefly went over the shoulder here. You can rotate, you got your bicep swivel, you got your elbow bend, which is not much. Not a lot. But then again, you don't want that joint to be too long. Yeah. I think that's as much as you can. Then you got your wrist joint. There's a couple of swappable hands that we'll go over it a bit. So there we go. You got your waist joint, then your abdomen a little bit. You see that there's a little bit of a gap there. Like a hollow. Kind of wish they've made the plastic a little bit more, but it's not too bad. I'm certain enough poses on the back side here. Yeah. Although I find this a little strange. This is actually a solid piece here on the vest. I thought it'll be a bit more flexible, but yeah, and it's kind of like squarish. Then you got your floating waistband here, which is goes onto the side. This one can sway back and forth. It's probably back then. Then you get your new waist joint system, which you can. What is that noise? It's kind of weird. Oh, I see. Alright, so this thing is hitting that section there. Yeah, I don't like that sound, but yeah, this one is not too bad though. Then you got your swivel there on the leg. Do that much split. Then you got your knee bend, which is always odd looking. Yeah, it's just the way things are. It's actually quite hard to make a really nice knee joint. Either what I've seen is like this thing is like this, Then you have a bit more. There goes that piece. Yeah, it's just really hard to make a really nice. Where does this go? Yeah. Well, anyways, there's the knee joint there. It's not too bad. I mean, on certain angles, but you can kind of see the joints there. I think on the Figuarts standard, which is the mold kit, I think they got it, or the design on that was really good. Just not on the figures, though. Oh, you got your ankle joint there, you can rotate that, and then you got your toe joint there, which is a little too much. It's just a hinge, but we just made it to go over. So, you can do a lot of poses with Figuarts as expected. You can do the flying kick pose. There we go. Quite nice. Now with this stand here, you got your ghost. You have this extendable arm here that goes. There goes the donut. I don't think you can rotate the head or even detach it. It would be nice to kind of swap out the head. It's about the same size right there, but you can't. That's nice and clear though. Just spike connection on the back here. Then you have this longer one, which serves as well, we have a connector part here for this effect part. Circular disc, kind of like the Destructo, but it's not filled. The Destructo disc is an actual disc, not like a halo like this. Alright, that's that. And let's go over the variety of heads, or faces actually. Alright, so for the other faces, so we have that one, then you have the surprise one, which happens a lot when his attacks or his technique doesn't really pan out well, the way he planned it to. And you have this one. Actually, let's go ahead and swap that out so it just pops off. And you put this on. There we go. Just make sure it's in there. There we go. Then let's go ahead and swap the first pair of hands, which is these. The scissors. So you actually can play rock, paper, scissors with Gotenks. Alright, so let's pop this out. You got the peace sign or scissors. There we go. Other than that, let's pop this out. Then you have a pair of this one here. This is to hold, or actually it's fighting stance. They're actually different. I guess let's see what we can do with this pose here. Alright, just bear with me. So I forgot who does this pose. Was it Goku or Gohan? But yeah, that's another way. Actually, Goku does this. And I'm just gonna put this back. Then the other pair of hands are actually for the right hand here. So this is the open hand, which could be a key blast. Unfortunately, this set doesn't have any key blast. But there we go. Or that's pretty much the paper. Playing with rock, paper, scissors. And lastly, you have this one, which is kind of like the pointing finger. And there goes his face right here. Let's swap it back here. There we go. Now this pointing finger is used to create the galactic donut. So to have him like this, we can actually use this as, I'm just gonna pop this out. It does come with this connector part for the waist. There we go. Adjustable, put this onto the waist. There we go. Although I have to tighten the joints there for the. And let me just position this if I can. Sometimes it's a little tricky. There we go. So essentially, he twirls his finger around and creates that ring, which supposedly traps his enemy. And that's when the little ghost, the super ghost kamikaze, will fly through and explode upon contact. Yep. You could definitely have a lot of poses with this guy, like this one where like he did something or something happened and he's pointing to someone else to blame for. So yeah, what do we have? The ghost here. Yep, blaming the ghost. Sure. And here we go. Size comparison with Krillin and Goku. About the same shoulder height as Krillin. And yeah, quite nice. And I think that's pretty much it for the review. Overall, I like the figure. Comes with the ghost, the effect parts, quite nice. I kind of wish they have the normal hair version. Oh, I think I just recall what color it is. I think it was black with I think a stripe of purple onto the side. I think that was it. Now I recall. Would have been great if they have the normal hair version as well. But this will go well with the new Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. And something tells me the Comic-Con exclusive later on, which is normally every color, is the normal yellow Super Saiyan Gogeta. I have a feeling. Anyways, that's about it for this review. Again, I got my from Tatsu Hobby. If you got any questions, let me know. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.